Hello viewers. Welcome to my channel. In previous video I have told you about 7 wonders of the ancient world. In this video I am going to tell you about 7 new wonders of the world. Please subscribe my channel and press bell icon. The new 7 wonders of the world was a campaign started in 2001 to choose wonders of the world from a selection of 200 existing monuments. 1. The popularity poll via free web-based voting and small amounts of telephone voting was led by Canadian-Swiss Bernard Weber and organized by the New 7 Wonders Foundation, N7W, based in Zurich, Switzerland, with winners announced on the 7th of July 2007 in Lisbon, at Estadio da Luz. Number 1. The Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China is a series of fortifications that were built across the historical northern borders of ancient Chinese states and Imperial China as protection against various nomadic groups from the Eurasian steppe. Several walls were built from as early as the 7th century BC, 4, with selective stretches later joined by Qin Shi Huang, 220 to 206 BC, the first emperor of China. Little of the Qin wall remains. 5. Later on, many successive dynasties built and maintained multiple stretches of border walls. The best-known sections of the wall were built by the Ming dynasty, 1368 to 1644. Apart from defense, other purposes of the Great Wall have included border controls, allowing the imposition of duties on goods transported along the Silk Road, regulation or encouragement of trade and the control of immigration and emigration. Furthermore, the defensive characteristics of the Great Wall were enhanced by the construction of watchtowers, troop barracks, garrison stations, signaling capabilities through the means of smoke or fire, and the fact that the path of the Great Wall also served as a transportation corridor. The frontier walls built by different dynasties have multiple courses. Collectively, they stretch from Liaodong in the east to Lop Lake in the west, from the present-day Sino-Russian border in the north to Dao River, Taohe, in the south, along an arc that roughly delineates the edge of the Mongolian steppe, spanning 21,196.18 kilometers, 13,170.70 miles, in total. Today, the defensive system of the Great Wall is generally recognized as one of the most impressive architectural feats in history. Number 2. Petra, Jordan. Petra, originally known to its inhabitants as Rakhmu, is a historic and archaeological city in southern Jordan. Famous for its rock-cut architecture and water conduit system, Petra is also called the Rose City because of the color of the sandstone from which it is carved. It was famously called a rose-red city half as old as time, in a poem of 1845 by John Bergen. It is adjacent to the mountain of Jabal al-Madbah, in a basin surrounded by mountains forming the eastern flank of the Arabah Valley running from the Dead Sea to the Gulf of Aqaba. Access to the city is through a famously picturesque 1.2 kilometers long, 3/4 of a mile, gorge called the Sik, which leads directly to the Kazna. The area around Petra has been inhabited from as early as 7000 BC. And the Nabateans might have settled in what would become the capital city of their kingdom as early as the 4th century BC. Archaeological work has only discovered evidence of Nabatean presence dating back to the 2nd century BC, by which time Petra had become their capital. The Nabateans were nomadic Arabs who invested in Petra's proximity to the incense trade routes by establishing it as a major regional trading hub. Number 3. The Colosseum of Rome. The Colosseum is an elliptical amphitheater in the center of the city of Rome, Italy, just east of the Roman Forum. It is the largest ancient amphitheater ever built, and is still the largest standing amphitheater in the world, despite its age. Construction began under the Emperor Vespasian, r. 69 to 79 AD, in 72 and was completed in AD 80 under his successor and heir, Titus, r. 79 to 81. Further modifications were made during the reign of Domitian, r. 81 to 96. The 3 emperors who were patrons of the work are known as the Flavian dynasty. and the amphitheater was named the Flavian Amphitheater by later classicists and archaeologists for its association with their family name, Flavius. The Colosseum is built of travertine limestone, tough, volcanic rock, and brick-faced concrete. It could hold an estimated 50,000 to 80,000 spectators at various points in its history, having an average audience of some 65,000. It was used for gladiatorial contests and public spectacles including animal hunts, executions, reenactments of famous battles, and dramas based on Roman mythology, and briefly mock sea battles. The building ceased to be used for entertainment in the early medieval era. It was later reused for such purposes as housing, workshops, quarters for a religious order, a fortress, a quarry, and a Christian shrine. Although substantially ruined by earthquakes and stone robbers taking spolia, the Colosseum is still a renowned symbol of Imperial Rome and was listed as one of the new 7 wonders of the world. It is one of Rome's most popular tourist attractions and has links to the Catholic Church, as each Good Friday the Pope leads a torchlit Way of the Cross procession that starts in the area around the Colosseum. The Colosseum is depicted on the Italian version of the 5-euro-cent coin. Number 4. Chichen Itza, Mexico. Chichen Itza was a large pre-Columbian city built by the Maya people of the Terminal Classic period. The archaeological site is located in Tinam Municipality, Yucatan State, Mexico. Chichen Itza was a major focal point in the northern Maya lowlands from the Late Classic, AD 600 to 900, through the Terminal Classic, AD 800 to 900, and into the early portion of the Post-Classic period, AD 900 to 1200. The site exhibits a multitude of architectural styles, reminiscent of styles seen in central Mexico and of the Puuc and Xin's styles of the northern Maya lowlands. The presence of Central Mexican styles was once thought to have been representative of direct migration or even conquest from central Mexico, but most contemporary interpretations view the presence of these non-Maya styles more as the result of cultural diffusion. Chichen Itza was one of the largest Maya cities, and it was likely to have been one of the mythical great cities, or talents, referred to in later Mesoamerican literature. The city may have had the most diverse population in the Maya world, a factor that could have contributed to the variety of architectural styles at the site. The ruins of Chichen Itza are federal property, and the site's stewardship is maintained by Mexico's Instituto Nacional de Antropología y Historia, National Institute of Anthropology and History. The land under the monuments had been privately owned until the 29th of March 2010, when it was purchased by the state of Yucatan. Number 5. Machu Picchu, Peru. Machu Picchu is a 15th-century Inca citadel located in the eastern Cordillera of southern Peru on a 2,430-meter (7,970 feet) mountain ridge. Often referred to as the Lost City of the Incas, it is the most familiar icon of the Inca Empire. It is located in the Machu Picchu district within Urubamba province above the Sacred Valley, which is 80 kilometers, 50 miles, northwest of Cusco. As far as historical knowledge extends, there are no existing written records detailing the site during its period of active use. The names of the buildings, their supposed uses, and their inhabitants, are the product of modern archaeologists based on physical evidence, including tombs at the site. Machu Picchu was built in the classical Inca style, with polished dry stone walls. Its 3 primary structures are the Temple of the Sun, the Temple of the 3 Windows, and the Intihuatana. Most of the outlying buildings have been reconstructed in order to give visitors a better idea of how they originally appeared. Most recent archaeologists believe that Machu Picchu was constructed as an estate for the Inca Emperor Pachacuti, 1438 to 1472. The Incas built the estate around 1450 but abandoned it a century later, at the time of the Spanish conquest. According to the New AMS radiocarbon dating, it was occupied from c. 1420 to 1532. Historical research published in 2022 claims that the site was probably called Huayna Picchu by the Inca people themselves, as it exists on the smaller peak of the same name. Machu Picchu was declared a Peruvian historic sanctuary in 1982 and a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983. Number 6. Taj Mahal, India. The Taj Mahal is an ivory-white marble mausoleum on the right bank of the river Yamuna in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, India. It was commissioned in 1631 by the 5th Mughal Emperor, Shah Jahan, 1628–1658, to house the tomb of his beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal. It also houses the tomb of Shah Jahan himself. The tomb is the centerpiece of a 17-hectare, 42-acre, complex, which includes a mosque and a guest house, and is set in formal gardens bounded on 3 sides by a crenellated wall. Construction of the mausoleum was essentially completed in 1643. But work continued on other phases of the project for another 10 years. The first ceremony held at the mausoleum was an observance by Shah Jahan, on 6 February 1643, of the 12th anniversary of the death of Mumtaz Mahal. The mausoleum was opened at that time to thousands of mourners. The Taj Mahal was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983 for being the jewel of Islamic art in India and one of the universally admired masterpieces of the world's heritage. It is regarded by many as the best example of Mughal architecture and a symbol of India's rich history. Number 7. Christ the Redeemer, Brazil. Christ the Redeemer is an Art Deco statue of Jesus Christ in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, created by French-Polish sculptor Paul Landowski and built by Brazilian engineer Heitor da Silva Costa, in collaboration with French engineer Albert Caquot. Romanian sculptor Gheorghe Leonida sculpted the face. Constructed between 1922 and 1931, the statue is 30 meters, 98 feet, high, excluding its 8 meter, 26 feet, pedestal. The arms stretch 28 meters, 92 feet, wide. It is made of reinforced concrete and soapstone. Christ the Redeemer differs considerably from its original design, as the initial plan was a large Christ with a globe in one hand and a cross in the other. Although the project organizers originally accepted the design, it later changed to the statue of today, with the arms spread out wide. The statue weighs 635 metric tons, 625 long, 700 short tons, and is located at the peak of the 700-meter, 2,300 feet, Corcovado Mountain in the Tijuca National Park overlooking the city of Rio de Janeiro. This statue is the largest Art Deco-style sculpture in the world. A symbol of Christianity around the world, the statue has also become a cultural icon of both Rio de Janeiro and Brazil. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe channel and share the video.